Hi, I'm Barry Ostrowski. At Barnabas Health, we believe citizens need to be informed about the important healthcare issues affecting their lives. That's why we're proud to support healthcare programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners on public television.
County community colleges serving our communities. Next on Caucus, New Jersey.
Funding for this edition of Caucus, New Jersey has been provided by Barnabas Health, the Merck Company Foundation, the Russell Berry Foundation, and by TD Bank.
Welcome to Caucus, New Jersey. I'm Steve Adubato. Joining me to discuss the expanded role of community colleges or county colleges. We're going to go back and forth on exactly what to call them. In the studio are Dr. Larry Nespoli, President of the New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Dr. Casey Crable, who is President of Raritan Valley Community College, Dr. Glenn Gabert, President of Union County Community College, and finally, Dr. Ed Yaw, who's been with us many times, President of County College of Morris. I want to thank you all for joining us. Let's get this out of the way. And even in the introduction, I was teasing the show. I was like, the community college is a county college. What is it? Is it a community college, Ed? Is it a county college? Or does it even matter what we call it?
Well, I think nationally you'd refer to us as community colleges, but in the state of New Jersey, because we're county funded and for the most part, hence the confusion. So some of us are county colleges, some of us are county community colleges. It depends on our history, and reflects the independence that we have in terms of determining what our names are and so forth.
Sure. All right.
In the case of Raritan Valley, which I'll let Casey speak to, it's a multi-county community college.
Let's be clear. Let's go all the way around. By the way, Ed has been with us many times before, so we have a history of County College of Morris. We have a sense of it. But your institution serves?
Somerset and Hunterdon County as of 1986. We were originally founded as Somerset County College, but in 1986 became what's now known as a shared service.
Got it. Doctor?
Hudson County Community College, serving Hudson County.
That's it. You say this is our catchment area.
That's right, the 12 municipalities of Hudson County.
And Dr. Yaw, I don't want to assume, even though if someone saw a previous program, describe your area, target area.
Morris County, but we actually serve students from other counties. We have about 20% of our students come from other counties and other states.
Okay, and Larry, help us on this. How many colleges are we talking about in your council?
A statewide success story community colleges, 19 colleges, 70-some campuses, 400,000 students strong. So New Jersey is one of the states that had the wisdom 40 years ago when the American community college movement started to commit to and build out a comprehensive statewide community college.
All right, here we go. Someone watching this program, a high school student graduate, a parent with that young person watching the show, just not sure. Now, I told you before we started the show, my wife Jennifer, before she went to Montclair State University, went to Bergen County Community College for 1 year. She said the best year helped her prepare for Montclair State. She was not ready to go to a four-year school. That is the case, Ed, with a fair number of students maybe watching the show right now. Why you guys?
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of students start with us for economic reasons, and I would suggest for academic reasons as well, because of the diversity of our programs, the quality of our students. We're finding more and more high-performing students coming to our colleges.
We'll go back. What do you mean? First of all, you say economic reasons as if everyone understands. What are the economic differences?
Let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
I think tuition differential, I think at our institution, full-time tuition is less than $3,500 a year. We talk about tuition averaging. Students go to a higher-priced independent college, paying $40,000, $50,000 a year. A student can get the same degree in 4 years for half the cost if they start and do their first 2 years at a community college.
Let's stay on the economics first. I have to ask, how is it possible that you are able to, I don't understand how it could be $3,500, $4,000 a year. It doesn't make sense to me as to how you could pay your bills with that.
It's a struggle, but it's a conscious struggle. Community colleges were founded on the basis of affordability and access. So we really built and governed and managed and expected to restrain expenditures and keep that price point well below what students on, say, a full federal financial grant might be able to bring to the table. It's
Dr.
really
Gabriel?
important.
Well, I would say, too, we focus our spending on teaching. There are a lot of we don't have a lot of non-teaching activities. So it's teaching, student support services, counseling.
Jump in.
Steve, let's put a number on this. The net savings to families and their students by attending first at a community college on their way to a bachelor's degree, about $40,000. The tuition is lower, and we, of course, are commuting institutions, so the savings that you accomplish by living at home rather than in a dorm, when all is said and done, about a $40,000 to $50,000 net savings on your way to a bachelor's degree.
All right. This program, if we provide any public service, is an effort to put in context what county community colleges are and aren't. Particularly in these difficult economic times, there are a whole range of students, different ages, who are asking themselves, what can I do? How can I gain new skills and tools? How can I prepare myself to go out into this incredibly difficult job market? So Ed, I'm going to come back to you. Myths, misconceptions. What about the folks out there who say, I'm curious, I like the numbers, the economics, the tuition, but I've heard that the faculty, that the quality of teaching just is not what I would want it to be at your school as what I think it would be at a four-year school, you say?
We beg to differ. We have outstanding faculty, both full-time and adjunct faculty, who work at who teach at our institutions. We just hired 10 new faculty members this year, one of whom is teaching psychology. She has degrees from Berkeley, Harvard, and Stanford. And so in terms of academic credentials, we put our faculty up against anybody. And the other thing that's really important is that classes are taught by teachers faculty members who are there to teach. They're not taught by graduate assistants. They're not taught. Average class size is in the 20s, so they're not in large classes taught by somebody who really doesn't want to teach undergraduate students. So the quality of our instruction is superior, hence the success of our students when they transfer.
Keep talking about teaching here, it's very important.
Well, I think it's important to know that, you know, when you're searching for a faculty member, there are lots of people out there who are well-degreed and well-prepared who have a passion for teaching, and they tend to be drawn to the community colleges where, as Glenn said, that's where our focus is. So we do have people who are wildly successful in their field, who continue to research, who continue to publish, but their real passion is in the classroom, and so they're happy to be part of our faculty.
Are they paid differently? Are your faculty paid differently than they would be at a Rutgers or another state institution that is a four-year institution?
I think in general...
you pay less. I'm just going to get right to it.
I think in general you would find that they make less.
That's right, that's right.
And I think the workload is higher.
Definitely higher. Your people are expected to teach more.
That's right.
Correct.
Why?
That's what our mission is. We're there for students. Our average teacher would be 12 to 15 hours would be a load.
Put that in context to the average person who
5 classes.
would never understand.
Okay.
Like, oh, you only work 12 hours.
Well, the average teacher would have 5 classes, 15 classroom hours. They would then, on top of that, be expected probably 2 or 3 hours per contact hour preparation, plus office hours. So our average faculty member would be expected to be on campus working 37 to 40 hours a week.
But on campus.
That's correct.
Accessible to students.
That's correct.
That's right.
Yes.
That's correct. It's an expectation. I think there's another factor supporting the teaching in community colleges not to be overlooked also, and that's a splendid array of support services.
For example?
Tutoring. It can be for students who've got learning issues, or even those that want just a little extra boost. The lab spaces with tutors, libraries with tutors. We all put a tremendous amount of emphasis on that, because it's not just about a student enrolling, it's about a student succeeding.
Go ahead, because I was going to ask about some other economic opportunities or economic incentives that are out there for students who want to pursue their education in a community college. Go ahead.
Well, just quickly to punctuate this conversation about teaching, the quality of teaching, the sports services, Ed alluded to it. The proof is in the product. The proof is in the graduate. The facts clearly show that if a student graduates from a community college and transfers to Rutgers or Montclair, they do as well as the native students. So,
is that what the research is showing?
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your graduates. Because a lot of people judge your success or the success of any school. I mean, I'm a Rutgers grad, and a lot of us, Rutgers touts those who they think have done well and don't talk about those who they don't think have done that well. That's anecdotal, though. What does the research show? What do the numbers show in terms of the success of your graduates?
There's good longitudinal evidence, as Larry said, that students who prepare at a community college and transfer graduate at the same rate and with an equal GPA to students who start.
Grade point average.
Yes, who start at a 4-year.
Can we talk jobs? Because I know there are some folks saying, well, listen, you don't go to college to prepare to get a job, but let's not kid ourselves. There are a lot of parents out there who say, oh, yes, we do. And so, to what degree are your institutions geared toward job preparation? I'm not going to say as opposed to mastering a body of knowledge in a certain field, because I don't think they're mutually exclusive. But to what extent are your respective schools, and all the schools overall, Larry, because you represent all of them with your council, geared toward helping young people and others, because you have all ages, prepare to go out there in the marketplace and compete for work?
Well, first of all, one of the wonderful things about community college is the tremendous diversity of our programs. So while most of our students are, in our case, in programs that transfer, a lot of them are so-called career programs, things like nursing, criminal justice.
Yeah, those are big programs for you. Go through some of your highlights.
Radiography, respiratory therapy. These are all programs that are geared toward helping students find jobs. And all of us also have very strong career services departments that help students with resume building, getting co-op experiences, internships, and so forth, so that they can go into the marketplace more quickly.
Let's go back on that, because I'm curious about this. Because we started the conversation talking about students who may go to a 2-year school and then on to 4-year school, transition. And also you take those credits, many of them, if not most of them. Again, it depends upon the individual situation, so I don't want to, that's not for us to say at public television. Depends upon the individual situation. However, I happen to know your nursing program well. We went on a tour of the campus, you showed us what was going on, and it's well respected. However, what I'm curious about is, given the fact that many in the nursing profession and the medical community are promoting a 4-year degree in nursing, to what degree do your graduates in nursing, 2-year program, what ability do they have to compete for jobs?
Well, it's a hot topic right now,
Sure.
as we've discussed, but
Sure.
Our students are having some success, for sure. They have clinical experiences in the hospitals. They are getting the jobs. But also, not all nursing jobs are in hospitals. They're in extended care facilities, urgent centers. There are a lot of other opportunities for nurses beyond traditional high school or traditional hospitals in the day shift, which is what everybody's dream. So our students are getting jobs. It's not a problem.
And also, it's not mutually exclusive that they could get a job and also continue their education.
Absolutely
Let's
right.
be clear. I want to come back to you, Doctor, because your program, I happen to know, years back, we were partners with Comcast.
That's right.
And I'll never forget, I don't know why I remember this, but when we started with our partners at Comcast, one of the first shows they had was a cooking show that came out of your campus.
That's right.
And you guys produced it, and I remember the host, I think it was one of your faculty members.
Paul Dillon.
Paul, and I thought, wait a minute, this is a community county college producing this program, the culinary program that you have. Talk about it.
It's world class. We have a world class facility. We have 7 teaching kitchens. I have over 500 students right now in culinary arts hospitality divisions. We have students all over the region. We have students all over the world, really. I've had students at Euro Disney and the Royal Dorchester Hotel in London, as well as throughout New Jersey.
2-year program.
2-year program, but you can also get your bachelor's and master's on campus through Fairleigh Dickinson.
Real quick, the other programs you're most proud of in terms of job preparation.
Well, we like Morris. We've got great allied health programs. We've got a strong nursing program. We've got good programs in technology, data processing.
Sure. By the way, I also want to make clear that County College of Morris also has a very nice culinary initiative as well. I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk about programs that you are very confident are helping your students prepare to compete in this incredibly challenging and difficult marketplace for jobs.
We were really successful last year with the Department of Labor to get a grant to help us.
The State Department of Labor.
The Federal Department of Labor, actually.
The Federal Department of Labor.
Correct. It's a grant that's helping us build workforce programs for not just now, but for the future in our region.
What's it called?
It's the TACT grant, And it was designed to help community colleges reshape their work-based programs to make sure that they were reflecting both current and future needs. So we're working with the State Department of Labor's data to identify those areas in Somerset and Hunterdon County that are most in need of skilled workers. And we've just launched the first program out of that grant in automotive tech. It was built, and we're confident students will be prepared because the program was built by people who employ auto technicians. They were brought in, their expertise was used to design the curriculum, both in terms of the technical skills, but also what are those sort of soft skills and behaviors that workers need to be successful in this industry. So we've got that program up and running, there are students in it, and the employers can't wait to get them.
It's interesting, Larry, I'm going to bring you back into this. As you listen to your colleagues talk about what's going on their campuses in terms of helping to get people ready. It's interesting, I was going to say young people again, but again, the range of age obviously from 18 to
80.
Unlimited.
18 to 80.
81.
Let me ask you. Not 80 doesn't even get it done. It's 81, 82, right? Talk to us, Larry, because you have a sense of all 19 institutions, but also their relationships with other entities. Because you were talking, Doctor, about the relationship with the Federal Department of Labor. These partnerships, these collaborations are very important between these colleges and other agencies of government, other initiatives, other places. Talk about that.
Well, it's hard not to be proud when you listen to these presidents and the great work that they've done. But the one slice that I would add to this conversation is the work we do in training current employees in New Jersey's, with New Jersey's businesses. To your word, partnerships. We have great partnerships with the businesses from small to large corporations to everything in between in working with them to assess.
For example?
I'd look to you folks to give on the
the
ground
Workforce
examples.
Development Consortium, which is a consortium of all 19 community colleges providing workforce development training across the state.
Well, one example is advanced manufacturing. New Jersey,
Advanced manufacturing.
New Jersey still has a lot of small, but a lot of healthy, vibrant manufacturers, but they need technical workers. So we meet with those employers. They design the curriculum, much like what Casey described on automotive tech, but it's for current employees. I'll give you a number. Last year, we served probably 1,500 businesses in New Jersey and trained over 50,000 of their workers. Very important to the governor, to legislators, to the New Jersey Department of Labor and others.
It's interesting. You serve a population. I was thinking about this. If you were not there, hypothetically, if you were not there, if these 19 institutions did not exist, what would it mean to a whole range of questions, a whole range of people right now who look to you? What would it mean, Ed?
Well, I think it would be a wasteland.
What does that mean, a wasteland?
A wasteland in terms of missing opportunities for affordable, quality education, a wasteland in terms of workforce development and training of incumbent workers. I think it would be very barren a landscape, indeed.
You would have young people without a opportunity for a college education. You would have adults without opportunities for continuing education, and you would have workers and employees looking for ways to upgrade their skills and not finding them available.
And you'd have a much less competitive business environment.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, New Jersey has to compete not only with every other state, but with other countries in terms of its market. And employers depend on us to help them get smarter about that and to help their workforce be more skilled.
At Hudson, that's probably 20% of our students enter through the ESL portal. Our students in a typical semester might speak 50 languages.
50.
50. So that, you take somebody can come to Hudson and they can hone up their English skills and then qualify to go in and graduate as a nurse. I had a student a few years ago who came from Poland. She spoke no English. But she was a certified public school teacher in Poland. She's now teaching in the public schools of Hudson County because she learned English at Hudson County Community College with a bachelor's degree in her hands when she came to us.
It's just so interesting. You could talk about statistics. You can talk about, we graduated this many people, and you could talk about the aggregate numbers, and ultimately, you're talking about people's lives.
That's right.
You're literally talking one by one.
That's right.
How do you calculate, Dr. Wright, the impact that program had on that person? Powerful. And each one of you knows, and your faculty.
But take it beyond the one person. That's what's important. every one of those persons has a family. So you're not only touching them,
that's
you're
right.
touching their children and their grandchildren. It's a staggering number. I've been at Hudson County 20 years, and since I've been at Hudson County, over 100,000 people have come through credit programs, and the numbers are similar in every
20 years, and you're 25.
25
I'm
plus,
sure
yeah.
there've been more and more and more.
And how many?
6 in New Jersey.
6 in New Jersey. Where were you before that?
I was in Northern California before that.
And we got you?
Yeah, I'm an East Coast girl. I'm happy to come home.
I thought you just loved the weather here.
It's actually warmer here than where she grew up.
That's right. She did say northern, not Southern California. In a few minutes we have left, I'm curious about something. Larry, as your colleagues talk about what they do, and listen, we're not here to do a love letter to the community county colleges because there are a lot of challenges, and people will decide for themselves where you want to send your child, or where you, if you're watching as a young person or in the age where you want to go. But I'm curious about something. If you all believe that you're playing such an important role at this critical time, with the economy being what it is and tuition being so hard to come up with, jobs being so scarce, training being so important, job training, Larry, why is it then that government support for these institutions continues to drop?
Not because people don't get it, policy leaders, not because they don't believe in the community colleges or all of higher education, just tough economic times. But New Jersey has gotten a lot of things right in promoting community colleges, especially.
What do you mean?
Well, the NJ STARS program.
You talk about the NJ STARS
real
program.
quickly, students graduate in the top 15% of their high school class. They can get a free tuition scholarship if they go to their local community college. Must go to a local community college. So New Jersey is, by that action, it's action stronger than words. They're saying, check out your local community college. We have a transfer bill known as the Lampett Law. You go to Raritan or Morris, your credits will transfer. So there's a real movement. And most recently, we're all going to get to participate in an important election in a couple of weeks. On the New Jersey ballot is a higher ed bond question.
$750 million bond issue.
And,
real quick, we're doing this program right before the election, so it will be decided. If it's passed, what would it mean for these institutions? What would it mean, real quick?
It would mean a new science facility to teach biology and physics on our campus.
What would it mean, Doctor?
Science building. We're going to build a science building also.
Doctor, what would it mean?
Performing arts facility. And I think collectively we're looking at $150 million for the community colleges.
If it were not to pass, what would it mean?
we're running out of space.
Yeah.
What does that mean, running out of space?
We don't have enough classrooms and labs to accommodate the students that want to enroll.
Our enrollment on my campus grew 36% in the last 4 years. So we're literally running out of space.
Okay, a minute left. Real quick, 20 seconds. What's an articulation agreement between your schools and the four-year colleges? What is it?
Guarantees that the student from Meriden Valley, when they transfer to Rutgers, the credits will be accepted.
That's what it is?
That's what it is.
Okay, real quick, in a few seconds we have left. What do you think is the most common misconception that we need to overturn for the public? Not that we need to overturn, but that the public needs to understand correctly.
I don't think the public understands fully the true quality of instruction that happens at our institutions.
Got to turn that around, Doctor.
We are institutions. We should be institutions of first choice. Students should think about us first. It makes a lot of sense for so many people.
Doctor.
I think students don't necessarily understand that they will have more opportunities when they come through us than they have when they think about where to go to college.
And you're optimistic about that?
I absolutely am.
In spite of all the challenges. A few seconds.
One final word.
Real quick.
I always tell our students we have everything but the dorms. Athletics, clubs, organizations, newspapers, everything.
Thank you all. We have a lot of work to do after this on educating the public. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence, and 13 for WNET, NJTV, and WHYY. Funding for this edition of Caucus, New Jersey has been provided by Barnabas Health, the Merck Company Foundation, the Russell Berry Foundation, and by TD Bank. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey, the Star Ledger, and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus, New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.
Since 1865, we've sought to deliver the very best possible medical care to the people of New Jersey. Today, you'll find that mission made real in every facet of the state's largest healthcare system, with world-renowned doctors using the most advanced technology and techniques, pioneering a new path to better care. We are Barnabas Health, a new name for the next great century of medicine. Barnabas Health, every day extraordinary.
This is One-on-One. Join me as we get up close and personal with some of today's most compelling personalities.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
Weeknights at 7 and 11:30 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on 13.